Let's level up your Canvas course with a custom homepage. We're going to be doing a lot of our work in Canva today, but I want you to stick around until the end. I've got some freebies for you and some resources so that you don't have to build everything from scratch. So let's go ahead and dive in, starting here in Canva. Now I'm here in my Free for Teachers account, but the free account works just as well too. We're going to start by creating the banner that goes on the top of our homepage. To do that, I'm going to click the Create button, and the best way to do a banner is to say that you want one for Google Classroom. So I want a Google Classroom banner. You could also ask for a LinkedIn banner. They're the same size. So that works great. I'm going to click on Google Classroom header. So this gives me the correct size, and I also want to go to some templates. So you'll see that I've clicked here on design, and as I click on design, it brings up a whole bunch of different options for me. Now, I teach higher ed, and I find that a lot of the templates are really designed for K-12. I've chosen one here that I think will work great for me, but I also have one that you could use and customize that I've created for you. Let's go ahead and choose this first one. So I'm going to choose Welcome to Art Class, even though it's not an art class, and I can change all of these elements. I'm going to click that arrow to give myself a little more room. I'm going to leave the Welcome to, I really like that, and I'm going to say Welcome to Math 146. I want to add a little bit of color, so I'm going to give that 146 some color, and I've just clicked on it. You could also click and highlight on the letters, and then let's change this text color to a nice bright yellow. And then you can change the font if you want, so you can make this smaller, you can make this bigger, you can change it to a different font by clicking on the font types here, and you've got all sorts of different fonts to choose. Now I created this using a Google Classroom template, but if you want to create one on your own, I actually recommend that you use a narrower size. The size that worked really well for me in the templates that I've created here for you is 1920 by 360. If you're in the Free for Teachers or the paid version, you can go to the resize tool, choose custom size, and then change that height to 360 instead. Once you've got it how you want, you're going to share and download as an image. So I'm going to click on my share button here, and then I want to choose download, and I do want it to be a PNG image. This works great. And then download. So that's going to go right into my downloads folder, and we're ready to create the next element that we want for that homepage, and those are some custom buttons. To create those custom buttons, I'm going to go to File and then create a new design, and it wants to know what kind of a new design I want. I actually want to do a custom size here. So I'm scrolling down on the left, and I'm going to go to custom size, and I'm going to use a size that works really well for these buttons, which is a width of 400 and a height of 150 pixels. Let's go ahead and create that design. Now this gives me the basic shape of a button. I am going to add a rectangle here. So let's go to Elements, and then I'm going to ask for a rectangle element, and it brings up a square, which is fine. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to just size this so it takes up most of my space. So that looks great. And then you can move this to get it to be centered, looking for that red crosshatch to go through both vertically and horizontally. I want to give this rounded corners too, so I've got those nice buttons. So I'll just do a little bit of corner rounding there. I'm going to create 3 buttons here, and I want that first one to be our start button, and I like to keep those green. I'm going to do 2 more, and I want those to match the color of our heading. Let's go ahead and choose a green. I'm using kind of darker colors for my heading here, so I'm going to do a green color, but let's change that so it's a little bit darker. I'm going to click at the top here on this little plus color, and it defaults to the color that I've got, and I'm just going to move this around so it's just a little bit darker. Now I can double click on the middle of this to add text, and it's giving me a super teeny tiny text, but I'm going to go ahead and do start. And let's make that much bigger. I'm going to click on that, and then making that much bigger, I want it to be more like, like 64 or something. Maybe that's even a little bit too big. Let's just shrink that down a little bit from here. Okay, I think 56 looks great. And I want those letters to be white instead, so I've got a good contrast for accessibility. I just double clicked on the letters, or you can click, hold, and drag. I'm gonna click on the text color letter A and then change that to white. Okay, so I've got my first one. You could change the font too, but I don't mind that font. Let's go ahead and add another page, but I wanna duplicate this one. So I'm going to duplicate page, but I want this one instead to match the colors of our heading. Remember I downloaded that? I'm gonna upload it so I can grab those colors exactly. So we're gonna click on upload, upload file. And remember I had downloaded this to my downloads folder. There it is. Let's go ahead and click open. I'm gonna weirdly add this to my design for a second, but I'm gonna add it to my design so I can grab the colors. Because now watch what happens when I click on an element, click on the color icon. Now I've got colors that match that photo. So we're gonna do this kind of dark gray blue to match that. I don't need that there anymore. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And I don't want this one to say start. I want this to say, let's do syllabus or whatever you want. So I'm going to do syllabus there. And then I'm going to duplicate this again, clicking that duplicate page icon up above my button. And then duplicate again. And this one's going to say modules. You can make as many buttons here as you want. Now I've got these 3 and I'm happy with those. Let's go ahead and download these. To download them, I'm going to go to share and then I want to do download and it gives me these select pages. I didn't have that before. This is giving me all 3 pages selected, or you can do them individually. All 3 of them is great, so I'm going to click done. I do want to do a transparent background, so it removes that white background from each of those pages. PNG works great, and we're going to go ahead and download. Now, because we had multiple pages for the buttons, it's going to download as a zip file, so I've got just one step before I'm ready to put everything into our home page. And that's to unzip this file. Let me go to my file folder. And I am in downloads. So here in downloads, there's that zip file. I'm going to right click on it. In your file finder, you might need to double click. I'm going to right click though, and then I'm looking for extract all, and it's going to put it into a start folder. That works fine. I'm going to click extract, and I know that I want these 3, and it's just numbered them 1, 2, and 3 for my buttons when I'm in Canvas. Okay, so that looks great. We are ready to head over to Canvas and build out our page. So I'm going to go into my Math 101 class here. Now I've already created a homepage here just to give you a preview. I'm going to tell you how to get to my resources at the end of the video. Let me show you how to build your own. So to do that, we're going to go to pages and we want to add a new page. I have a bunch that are called homepage. So I'm going to call this homepage practice. Don't call it homepage practice, but I'm going to call mine homepage practice. And then I want to go ahead and start building this. So to build this, I'm going to put my header at the top. It's just an image. So we're going to go insert, image, upload image, and let's go ahead and click on the rocket ship. It's going to take me to my file finder, and there's my image. Let's click open. And I do want to put some alt text here. And this just says, I'm just going to say banner. That says welcome to Math 146. Submit. Now my banner is going to show up kind of large, so I'm going to make it smaller by clicking on the banner. Now I've got these 4 squares in each of the corners. I'm going to grab one of those blue squares, clicking, holding, and dragging to make that smaller. I also want to make this centered. Now I don't have centered showing up above my rich content editor box. So I've got to click the 3 dots, but you might have your alignment tool. This is the one you're looking for. I'm going to click my down arrow and then center align. So I've got that there now in the middle. So I'm going to click enter here and I want to be centered again. So let's do center align again. I can put a heading here. Our class meets every Wednesday. I'm just going to say 8 to 10 a.m. or something. You could put some additional information here. Or you can record or embed a video. Let's say that you just wanted to record a video. Canvas lets you do that right from the page. I'm again going to center align, and I want to insert media, and I'm going to upload or record media. I want to click record, and it is ready now for me to record. I'm going to put it on my other webcam. Let's go ahead and start recording. And then you just record your video here. Now mine's not showing up because I'm recording this video for you all instead. But we would hit finish and then save media, and it would show up as a video here for your students. So easy and so great. Now below that, so let me hit enter. Below that, let's go ahead and put our 3 buttons. These are just images. So I'm going to upload each of these, but then we're going to link them to places in our course. I'm going to give myself some more room before I do that by clicking on this array of dots. I'm going to click, hold, and drag to give us some more room. So clicking there underneath my video, I'm going to go insert, image, upload image, upload image, and I'm going to grab these. Remember, they were in that start folder by the way that I unzipped it. I want number 1, open, and I do want to put in some alt text, and this is going to be a start button, and then submit. I'm going to do the next one right next to it. So I've got my cursor just clicked there on the right hand side, and I'm just going to do it again. So insert image, upload image, and then number 2, and I'm going to give it some alt text. And then I'll do the same with the 3rd, also putting my cursor right there on the right side of that. Okay. Now our buttons are pretty large, so I do want to resize these. I just eyeball it. There's other ways that you can do it, but eyeballing seems to work just great for me. So I'm just going to make these smaller so they line up a little bit better. Just doing my best to line them up visually. 1, 2, and 3. That module looks like it's just a little bit big. Now I'm not done. I still need to link these. These are just images, but it's so easy to link. Let's go ahead and click that start button. I want my students to land in the very first module when they click the start button. This way there's no question what to do. We're going to go insert. This time we want to insert a link, and we want to insert a course link. We want to take them to a module. So I'm going to click on modules, and I want them to go to the Getting Started number 1 module. So I've got that one linked there. I'm going to click on the next one. Let me arrow down. Let's click on Syllabus. You can barely see it there, but I'm going to click on Syllabus next. Syllabus is a page. So I'm going to click on page, and it is Syllabus. It's going to be towards the bottom. There it is. So mine happens to be a page. So there's my syllabus. And then scrolling down, you can just barely see, I'm going to click on modules. And this time I want to close out of pages. And I'm going to go down to course navigation. And I want this to take them to my modules page. Okay, modules. I can X out of that course link, and I can click save or save and publish. One more step, I want to designate this as our homepage. It looks great, except my video, because I'm using my camera for this. So otherwise it looks great. I want to click those 3 dots, and I'm going to say use as front page, which is great, but then you also have to tell the home page that you're using this one. So I've got that designated, that's step number 1. And then step number 2 is to go to home. And then we're going to go course home page. Mine's already linked, but yours might not be. I'm going to go course home page, and then you're going to click on this page's front page and then save. Now I've created a couple of things for you to speed things up. One is a completely free class banner. This is an image, and it's ready for you to upload into your Canvas course. Check the link in the description down below. And for those of you that want to do some customizing, I've created a template kit for you. That template kit includes that welcome banner, completely customizable, and it's got those dimensions with the narrower height. The buttons are part of this as well. Again, completely customizable, or you can use them as is. And as a bonus, you've got a class image that you can use on your Canvas dashboard. Look for the link in the description below. Let us know in the comments how you use Canva to improve your Canvas course.